Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Broder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. I always seem to laugh. Have to get my laugh. It's been one of those days again. I was up most of the night, and those are always our fun days. But it seems like there's a lot of you that are joining me in these late night moments in time. I don't know why none of us are sleeping anymore, but it doesn't seem like anyone is sleeping as much as we used to. But there you go. So, I was thinking I hadn't done any trolls, leprechauns. I can't think of the name. These guys. Santa's helpers, elves, whatever you want to call them. Any of that. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll be able to tell you what I'm trying to say. But until then, we're just going to call them as they may. So, I am doing, well, we'll just add a little bit more. I meant to put a different color on my thing, my brush, and I didn't, so, trying to decide what color to do his nose. Sometimes I make them brighter, sometimes I make them, it depends on the mood. Oops, that didn't get very round. Oh well, it doesn't need to be perfectly round. I just want it to be a shape. But we'll be going back through there anyway, so this is where I should use multiple brushes, but a lot of times I just clean off most of the stuff and then go from there, because we're going to put a little bit more on here, and then I'll start building this hat, and I'll come back and do some fanciness here. Fancy. I have one of those little camera things, and that's what keeps going off. Quite a while ago, when I had Owen's wagon on my porch, and somebody stole it right off my porch. And, so since then, I got one of the cameras, and now it just goes off all the time with like vehicle notifications and things like that. So that is what we're constantly hearing. So not that I keep my wagon, or, well, he doesn't have a wagon on the porch anymore, but not that I keep anything on the porch, but just in case something is going crazy, I have it. So now I'm going to go through, and I have 2 different reds, and I'm going to make, it could kind of be Santa, I suppose. or he can be an elf, or he can be a, what is the other name? It's not leprechaun. I can't think. It's not troll. It's a, the brain. The brain. Owen calls, like, a couple of years ago, we had a storm come through, and it messed up a lot of the roads, and trees fell down, and just when he was in, they called it intermediate, but it was in his elementary days, because they separated his school, because there were so many kids, and there was two elementary schools, so they did the first few years at one school and then the second set at the other school. So they called one primary and one intermediate. Anyways, they got our area got hit pretty hard by the storms, and there were tons of people out of power and internet, and water, or not water, power and electricity, all of that stuff. All of the things that you would think of when a storm comes by. Power and electric are the same. But anyways, he called the people that fixed everything leprechauns. And so that is like, now he sends in the leprechauns when anything he thinks is broken needs fixed. So the leprechauns are on my mind, is what I'm trying to say. So today is Thursday, which means he is beyond thrilled because he gets to go to his therapy. And so that is a very exciting day to him. He gets to go, and he'll be at school, and then I'll pick him up in an hour or so, and then take him to he generally has speech, OT, and PT, but his physical therapist is on maternity leave, so, which Owen calls eternity leave. He thinks it's been a long time since he's seen her. So, but he loves going. So, oh, there we go. That's not what I really wanted to do, but there you go. The red got in the, I was just about to explain to you that I put a little bit of gray on my paintbrush so that I could, when you're doing colors like white and you're trying to do texture, sometimes it helps to do like the layers of color so that you can see. And I always talk about me not waiting to do till the layers dry. I'm very bad about not waiting. I like to just do it all at the same time. And so I should truly kind of wait, and at least even 5 minutes kind of helps you get some of that to set a little bit. But it's very much like ready, set, go when I'm painting. I do, and I don't stop. And like today, once again, I'm wearing a real dress, and as I state, I'm wearing a real dress and not my smock. And so I should be a little bit more careful because so many of Owen and my clothes, our clothes, have paint on them. And you know, it is what it is, but it's just, I try not to get clothes. I try not to get clothes on everything. Try not to get paint on everything. So, anyways, oh, the leprechauns helped with all the damage that was done by the tornadoes that hit, the bad storms we had. And so I keep trying to think of what this is called, besides elf and troll and leprechaun. I know there's another name, and it's gone from the brain. But that's okay. We will figure it out. At some point, it will come back in my brain. So Owen woke up this morning and he was thrilled it was Thursday, and then he wanted to go through all of the things he knew we shouldn't talk about, and then he wanted to know all the things, he'll ask what he knows what can and cannot go in the toilet, but for whatever reason he finds this something that he needs to talk about and share, and he thinks it's funny and wants to go through it all. And I ask all the time in my mind, is it age? Is it Owen? Is it autism? Is it all three? Is it any combination? Because he's at that age. He's a teenager. He's a teenager. And I honestly was not I did things every kid does stuff, but I was never one to try to push boundaries. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I listened all the time. I was about to do a double negative, I think. But that's part of this. But he's at that age where he finds my emotions amusing and how I handle his actions and reactions. And he's at that point where he's trying to figure out how to talk about situations and growing and learning and figuring out things and just working through all of that with what he's doing, and so it's always a moment in time when he's thinking about different stuff and just going through it all. So he likes getting mama. He likes that emotional connection with everything. And he thinks it's all quite hilarious, trying to do the little mistletoe leaves. It's such a weird word to me. Leaves. To me, they're kind of like, when I do them, they're kind of like a Christmas tree almost. Like, they're a little more pointed. Well, I guess Christmas trees are kind of pointed. But that's what I'm working on here. And then I'll do a little bit more. And then it'll be done. It kind of looks more like Christmas. It kind of looks more like Santa than whatever the thing I'm trying to think of. What are they? They're in the garden. Gnome! There it is. Finally. And all of you are going, gnome! Gnome! It's a gnome! Silliness happens. I'm telling you. The brain does what the brain wants to do. So, can't make it do anything different than that. I promise. So, I'm gonna do I feel like these are not we're just gonna do all kinds of leaves, I suppose. Because it could be evergreen leaves in there. Right? It can be whatever it needs to be. We're just gonna make it and that and go from there. So here we go. There we go. I think he needs a little bit more of a line on his nose. Just stick out just a little bit more. And kind of that. And then, as it's drying, I'm going to just put a little more colors in here. There's a lot of, I keep hearing sirens and things as they go by. That's not good. Okay. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to do some like snowflakey doodles. That's the official term, snowflakey doodles. Just in case you were wondering. And the answer is I'm going to do some snowflakey doodles. Ugh. So, Owen is very excited about people wearing ponytail holders. He wants to know everybody that has long hair that is wearing ponytail holders and what color they have on their ponytail holder. This is a new thing, and it's a very interesting moment in time because we have enough things with the blue jeans, and now we want everyone to be wearing their hair pulled back. And I know that part of this is because I lost my hair with the chemo, and my hair was down to my waist. And so, him trying to kind of learn how to deal with that and the loss of, my hair and he used to not, like, if I even touched my head, he would have a huge meltdown over that. Any little movement that I made. And right now we're going through a thing where he doesn't want me, I can eat, but if I I have to take, I have thyroid condition, and if I take my medicine, he does not like that. He wants to see what I'm doing, and he will literally, I'll try to take it at different times, or I'll take it when he's in another room or something, and he can hear me taking it. And so now I'm taking it when he's not, if he's asleep or so but that's his thing. He can't handle change very easily. And so we're back to where he gets upset about me doing things like that. And it's hard to explain to him that it's just a moment in time. He just wants it done. He doesn't want me to sound different, look different. And so we're going through a lot of different scenarios, trying to kind of help him. I'm trying to help him get through all of that. So, okay, I think we are there. Gnome, Santa, elf, doesn't really look like a troll, right? Okay, so we do over Owen because he is the whole reason I started painting, and I am so thankful for him. And then L and B. The things that my sweet baby O has taught me. I am forever grateful. All right, there we go. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.